So that's my life for the next several months. Home sweet home. Hi, I'm Danny Quinn, and I just realised that I haven't done an update video for some time. As the title of this video has indicated, I'm now back in college, and I'm pretty much getting ready to work hard and play hard for my final year. So what better time than now to give you guys a brief update before I proceed to bury myself in work for the next 6 to 8 months. Well, first off, I'll try to explain what I've been up to over the past couple of weeks because I haven't really uploaded anything since I last reviewed It Chapter 2, and that was like, I don't know, almost 2 to 3 weeks ago. And I do have my excuses. Not very many excuses, but I do have them. For one, I've been enjoying a fair bit of time off and celebrating Freshers Week before I get bogged down in coursework. I also went on a tour around the coast last Saturday, and I got to see quite a few filming locations from Game of Thrones, including Downhill Beach, Dunluce Castle and Dark Hedges. And I also took quite a long walk down to the Giant's Causeway before we headed back home. You know, to me, the Giant's Causeway, for some reason, I will always associate with Hellboy 2 for some reason. Even though they didn't actually film any of it there. I think they maybe just filmed a wee bit of it there, but that was really about it. But regardless, Hellboy 2 is still a big part of our culture, if you ask me. But my other real issue lately is that I've just kind of been struggling with a wee bit of burnouts. Ever since I did my review on It Chapter 2, I just haven't really felt all that inspired to really write anything. It's kind of hard to explain, but I kind of felt like I'd hit a bit of a brick wall, and it did stifle my, for lack of a better word, creativity, I suppose. Because I just didn't really feel like writing anything or really doing anything, at least YouTube related. I was just so busy trying to get moved back in here that anytime I did get some spare time and I wanted to maybe sit down and write something, I just wasn't really feeling the inspiration to do that. Like, maybe I'd sit down maybe to work on a screenplay or something, or maybe try to work on a story that I'm trying to develop, but sometimes I just don't really feel the inspiration, and for the past couple of weeks that's kind of been me. And it also doesn't exactly help that I'm one of those people that doesn't really focus on any one particular project at one particular time. Like, I'm always kind of putting my energy out to various different projects and stuff that I'm doing. And you know what? I don't necessarily consider that to be a bad thing. In fact, if you're like me and you don't really like lazing about for any one period of time, it's nice to sort of put your arms out and sort of spread yourself out a wee bit, you know? Yes, I like to laze about and watch films all day long, but after a while that does kind of get a little bit boring, so I do like to spread myself out and sort of show what I can do and maybe try to get various different things off the ground at once, because there's a good chance that at least one of them will. I always like to keep my mind occupied on something, even if that kind of means that I'm spreading myself a little bit thin, which I suppose is a bit of a downside to trying to keep yourself busy and trying to engage in many different projects all at the same time. Like, just recently I filmed a band rehearsal for the college up at the Arts Centre, and I'm really excited to see how that turns out, because so far what I've seen, I'm really quite pleased with, I'm not gonna lie. And if there are opportunities for me to show what I can do for others, especially while I'm in college, I'm definitely going to try and take them. I'm definitely going to try and avail of them, because these opportunities, they don't come terribly often. At least I don't think they do, or at the very least, I don't take them when I have the chance. And I think that's something I should definitely try to change this year. And since I am back at college and I am going to be doing quite a lot of coursework and all that, that does kind of mean that making videos for YouTube and making reviews does kind of have to take second place over that. That doesn't mean I'm going on hiatus or anything. In fact, I'm still going to be making videos whenever I get the chance, just probably not on a schedule yet. I'm still trying to figure out a schedule. Like, just last week I saw Hustlers, Extraordinary and Ad Astra, and I'm currently in the writing process for all 3 reviews. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to approach Ad Astra, but I'm definitely doing first impressions reviews for Hustlers and Extraordinary. But Ad Astra to me is such a complex, thoughtful, and emotionally heavy film that just really stirred up a lot of emotions in me. So I kind of want to give that movie a different type of review. Not something necessarily off the cuff or anything like that, but rather something a little bit more in-depth. And also this week, before I go back home, I'm hoping to maybe see Rambo Last Blood and Ready or Not, because both movies, let's face it, they do look like a lot of bloody fun. I know some people are a little bit huffy about the new Rambo film because it's so violent and gruesome, but Come on, it's Sylvester Stallone kicking ass and he's still in his freaking 70s. What's not to love about that? That kind of tickles my fancy. So I've definitely seen as many movies as I can whenever I get the chance, but at the same time, I also kind of want to start watching a few older movies. And since I am now back in college, I'm kind of considering the month of September to be something of a fresh start for the channel. That doesn't mean that any videos are going to be deleted or anything, but it does mean that I'm going to be changing things up a little. First impressions reviews will hopefully be a little bit shorter and a little tighter, especially since I'm not reviewing any big releases outside of Joker, Terminator and Frozen 2. And over the next couple of weeks, I do kind of plan on experimenting with my types of videos and maybe seeing what I can do with the review formats. Like I said with Ad Astra, I kind of want to see if I can maybe do a different approach for that review. You know, I'll still talk about the movie and what I liked and didn't like about it, but it won't be using the first impressions format, if that makes any sense. I might try to take a bit more of an analytical approach to that film because I do think there's a lot to dissect from it. Not to mention, since it's part of the horror film module, I have to make a short film, or at the very least participate in the making of a short film. I kind of want to see that I can make a short film because I do generally like writing, but I always have had a kind of a struggle with writing short films because, I don't know, for some reason I always aim feature length. I always aim for something that is, at the very least, 90 minutes or more, you know, when I'm writing something. I sometimes approach films with the idea of maybe making them a short, but I do find it a wee bit more tricky than making, you know, than writing a feature film, so here's to hoping I can maybe get something accomplished with that. And over the next couple of weeks, I'll be making like a wee video of some kind, documenting my process of making this fucking thing. And the reason I want to do that is mainly because, as a kid growing up and watching movies on DVD, one of my favourite aspects of watching a film on DVD or buying a movie on DVD was seeing the extras and seeing all the behind the scenes stuff, learning how they made the films and sort of seeing how they talk about the process of making a film. It's a part of what made me want to make films in the first place, was watching the behind the scenes stuff on a movie on the DVD. And I'm really looking forward to maybe presenting something akin to that whenever I embark on making a short film for my horror film module. Either that, or it'll be a really slow, unnerving and fucked up descent into madness. Only time will tell. Not to mention, there is so much stuff I want to review on YouTube and so much stuff I want to do with the channel. Like, I keep yammering on about Cinematic Marmite, but there's also my own individual show called Danny Quinn, where I just want to review everything else, you know, like anything really, anything and everything. And I have a lot of ideas for that too. I even have quite a lot of ideas for potential top 10 lists. And since I love talking about music just as much as I love talking about films, I'm very tempted to do like a music version of First Impressions, maybe devote to reviewing an album or something every Monday or something. I really don't know. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm still trying to figure out what I can do, and also, since the copyright bots are notoriously difficult to get past when it comes to music, I'll figure that out when I cross that bridge, alright? I'm not exaggerating when I say I could literally talk about these crazy, illogical, downright nutty ideas that I have for hours on end, but talking about it is only part of it. I think it's over to me now to actually put some of my ideas into motion. Pardon me for getting a little over the top there, it's just that since I've now returned to Derry, I do kind of want an opportunity to try and really revamp the channel, and I think being back in college, I think for me personally is kind of a fresh start. And I really look forward to trying some new things over here on the channel over the next couple of months. I talk quite a lot, but now I think it's time for me to actually walk the walk. Fingers crossed I can actually do it. Thank you so much for watching me ramble on and on for several minutes about vague possibilities and promises that might never actually come to fruition, but hopefully will. If there's anything I can do to improve my presentation, feel free to let me know in the comments below. I'm always happy to hear feedback as long as it's somewhat constructive. If you want to follow me on social media or support me on Patreon or check out my websites, links are below down in the description. And if you haven't already, feel free to leave a like, leave a comment, maybe subscribe to my channel while you're at it. And until next time, I'm Danny Quinn, and I hope you have a pleasant evening.